y'all, and welcome to today's video. If you want to judge new makeup, if you want to go through all the new releases and say, cute, ugly, do we want it? Do we not want it? Do we want it but we're still not going to buy it? We are going to judge. This is the place for you. If you want to be in a good mood, because I am feeling like I want to judge some makeup. I want y'all to judge along with me. I want to hear what you think of these new releases. It's going to be a good time today. And if you are new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. Shimmer, glitter, judging new makeup launches. We are here for it. So if that sounds good to you, I do hope that you will subscribe before you leave today, because I upload lots of new content every single week. Like last week, six videos last week. So if you like talking about makeup, getting some look inspiration, all of that, having fun with makeup, this is where you want to be. I cannot wait to judge though, so let's jump into it. Started, I want to tell you this look is with the new Sigma Cinderella collection. I did a video on this collection last week. Check that out. I did a really colorful look, swatches, all of that. But this look right here is either on my Instagram now or it's coming very soon. I figured we'd go more neutral. If you hear a little noise in the background, Atlas, my German Shepherd, he likes to come in here and he likes to judge with us, okay? So he's laying over here. He may be moving around, sighing, all of that. And listen, this video is inspired by Samantha March. She is linked down below along with all of the Instagram accounts I pull from. And y'all, we're going to talk about some of these new releases. I've got a lot of opinions. Y'all actually made me buy some things this week. Y'all did that. So I'm gonna slide on over, pop up some photos, and we'll start judging. I really did not know that I bought so many things until just this moment. Until I'm looking at my saved photos and I'm like, judging myself a bit. I'm judging myself. But let's talk about this. Lunar Beauty, one of my favorite brands, has released a new collection. And since the day I got Moonspell Volume 1, I have been waiting for Volume 2. I love that palette. It's one of my favorite palettes in my entire collection. And Manny MUA did it. He released Moonspell Volume 2 collection. First of all, I saw it. I bought it. Period. I think I bought this within like the first 2 seconds it was on his site. I bought it. Yes, I did. The Moonspell Volume 2 palette is a 20 shade color palette filled with deep burgundies and gorgeous plums. These shades look beautiful. I love the Lunar Beauty formula. And he said he actually got this palette made somewhere else this go round. And Volume 1 did not have that 4th row of shades. So we are getting 5 more shades. And I trust Manny. If he says he got this formula from a new place, or maybe not a new formula, he got it made in a new place. I should say that. The formula may be the same, but he got it made somewhere else. I don't know. I trust his opinion on makeup because Lunar Beauty makes amazing products. So I bought this before I even watched his reveal video. I will link his reveal video for y'all so that you can check it out just in case you want to watch it. And then there's also a lip trio. I bought it all. I saw it. I bought it. This is 1 liquid lipstick and 2 lip glosses. His lip formulas are some of my favorite in my collection. Like his lip gloss is my favorite lip gloss. Top notch. I bought it. I know this is available on the Lunar Beauty site now. I don't know when it's coming to Beauty Bay. I know he normally does launch on Beauty Bay and Morphe. So if I see it launch at those sites and you're interested, I can definitely post on my community tab. If you've been here for a while, I like to share things on my community tab just to kind of let y'all know of things I see, when stuff goes on sale, when stuff is new, all of that. But listen, what do you want from me with this collection? I bought it. Tell me, what do you want to see from me? Do you want a full review? Do you want looks? Let me know. This is all y'all's fault. This is not my fault. I take zero responsibility for this, okay? It's your fault. I'm blaming you. I posted on my community tab that Beauty Bay has launched their full holiday collection. Now, there are lots of things that launched in this collection, like lipsticks and neutral palettes and all kinds of stuff, okay? But I want to specifically talk about this new palette right here. What is this palette even called? It's like Opulence or something like that, right? This palette I saw and I was like, wow, that's really pretty. The Age of Opulence. I was like, but this is like Book of Magic, but less colorful, more neutrals. I'm not gonna buy it because I have all these shades in Book of Magic. But I posted on my community tab because, listen, we love Beauty Bay over here. We love the palettes, and Book of Magic is no more. So I posted on my community tab saying like, hey y'all, look what's available. We'll talk about this Sunday in our Judging New Makeup. What do you think? So many of y'all told me that you bought this palette that I was like, well, dang, I'm missing out. I better buy this palette. So I bought it because of y'all, because y'all were so excited for it. And I'm like, listen, if all of y'all are telling me that you bought this, I need to buy it because I need to give y'all some inspiration. Like, so listen, it's coming. It's coming to me. I do feel like it looks so similar to Book of Magic, except Book of Magic was more colorful. This has a lot more neutrals. I do not like the cover of this. Just looking at the photos, I don't like the cover. But I love purples. I love blues. I love neutrals. I love Beauty Bay formula. So I bought this because of y'all. I will be playing with this when it comes in. Is there any certain color in here that you're like, Heather, I bought it, but I'd love some inspiration on how to play with XYZ? Like, just let me know. Let me know what y'all want to see, but I do not take the blame for this, okay? Did I go to the Beauty Bay site? Did I put my credit card information on? Did I hit checkout? Yes, I did, but it's still not my fault. It's y'all's fault because y'all were so excited. It just rubbed off on me. Okay, I talked about 2 palettes I bought already, okay? And we're not done with things I bought, but let's mix it up. Let's talk about some things I'm not gonna buy. Okay, how about that? This is the new VIP Expert Palette Bonjour Paris by Terry. This is a neutral palette. It is a 9-pan palette. Not gonna buy it. $56. $56. That's a 5 and a 6 for a bunch of neutrals. I've never tried by Terry. Maybe I'm missing out. The packaging doesn't call to me. The product doesn't call to me. It's available now on Beautylish. You may be looking at this thinking, these are the brown eyeshadows I needed in my life, and you may want them. I'm gonna link it down below. Whoever chooses to shop through my links, click my links. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. But I'm going to pass on this one. It's very expensive and it's very brown. And you're looking at me right now. I can hear you. You're like, Heather, you only have on brown eyeshadow today. And I know, but listen. I don't discriminate. I love all makeup. And I do buy neutral palettes. Yes, I do. But I'm going to pass on this one. It's not a brand that calls to me. Now, if it was one of my favorite brands, Melt, Lunar Beauty, Natasha Denona, Adept, Odin's Eye, yes, I'm going to buy the palettes. I'm just being honest, but By Terry isn't a brand that calls me in. I don't know the formulas. I'm sure I'll see some luxury channels review this, and I'll definitely be watching videos, but it's a pass for me. I love when y'all tag me on Instagram. It helps me so much when y'all tag me in the comments of posts, so I know the things that y'all want me to talk about. And I got so many tags on the new GLAMLITE Happy Hour cocktail inspired collection. Now, I'll say right off the bat, the inspiration I don't care about. at all. I've never had any of these drinks. What's the inspiration? Chocolate martini. I think there's like a wine palette, like a margarita palette. Like I don't drink any of those drinks. So the inspiration did not pull me in. But y'all were tagging me on this green palette, on this purple palette, neutral, and then there's like a colorful. I didn't buy these. I'm kind of feeling like I have these shades in my Glamlite Michaela palette and my Glamlite Ice Cream Dream, and I just didn't need these. For me, when I look at makeup, I'm instantly thinking, is this a brand I love? And does this immediately make me want it? This I looked at and I was kind of like, okay, it's really pretty. I think these are very pretty palettes. I know my friends bought these palettes, are getting sent these palettes. I'm gonna watch their video. It's gonna be so beautiful. And I may pull out my Michaela and Ice Cream Dream palette and see if I can kind of recreate some of their looks. Glamlite has a very cool formula, I think. So let's talk about what's the name of the palette with the watermelons? Is that a margarita palette? Okay. That one to me does not go deep enough. It's all very mid-tone and light shades. So that was a pass for me. The wine palette, the purple's very pretty. It looks like it goes very light to very dark. Same with the Dirty Martini is the name of the green one, I think. You can tell. I don't know anything about this. So it goes very light to very dark, and the same with the neutral palette. I actually think the neutral palette is one of the more interesting ones because it looks like you have some different finishes. It looks like you have warm and cool tones, which I think is pretty cool. I will link this down below. The palettes are $35 each. There's also lip sets. I think the lips are supposed to be like wine bottles, or no, I'm sorry. There's like vodka, Irish cream, whiskey, rum. Okay, I don't know anything about that. But that's a pass for me. And then there are two highlighters, a mimosa highlighter and a pina colada highlighter for $14 each. I'll link it all down below for you. I think it looks like very, very pretty eyeshadows. Listen, we can see something, we can think it's pretty and beautiful, and we can still hold on to our money and admire from afar, and that is what I plan to do. Okay, this is an interesting product from Tower 28. They have launched Sunny Days SPF 30 Tinted Sunscreen Foundation. So, this is my thing with SPF and foundations. It's better than nothing, right? So, having some SPF is better than having no SPF, in my opinion. But if you are going to be in the sun, you need to use a lot of sunscreen. I love following Makeup for WOC on Twitter. She has such great skincare advice. She talks about sunscreen a lot, preventing sun damage. As somebody who just came back from a beach trip where I did get sunburn and I did apply sunscreen, I just swam too much and did not reapply enough. Sunscreen is very important. It does not feel good to get burned on your face. And I think with foundations that really like claim these high SPF numbers, you have to use a lot of that product. Usually you have to use more sunscreen than you normally would use foundation. So I'm always kind of hesitant, but yes, of course, it would be better than nothing. This says it's available in 15 shades. Evens redness, it listed here, it says protects from sun damage and blue light. Soothes UV stressed skin while maintaining a natural finish so your real skin can have its moment in the sun. I just feel like you would need so much to get a full SPF 30 coverage. I still think you would need to go in with SPF underneath your makeup. I personally love Drunk Elephant's sunscreen. I have sensitive, breakout prone, oily skin, and Drunk Elephant works really well for me. I really like that. I can link that down below for y'all in case you were looking for a sunscreen recommendation. But I don't know. It says it's the first and only complexion makeup product with the National Eczema Association's seal of acceptance. I will link that down below. I just always think you need to be careful when you're going to be in the sun. Wear your sunscreen. I don't know if this will give you enough coverage, but listen, if it's just a tinted foundation with a little bit of sunscreen, that's great too. Okay, I got a lot of tags in this collection. This is the Simpsons and Makeup Revolution. So I've said before that I'm not a huge fan of the brand Makeup Revolution. I haven't had the best experience when we're talking in terms of like pricing. I would rather go with Colourpop. I think they do fun collabs, but the quality of their makeup is a lot better. But we gotta give it to Makeup Revolution and the collabs that they do, because they do a lot of collabs and they do some really fun collabs. Last week we talked about the Corpse Bride collection that I thought was super cool, and now we have not just the Simpsons, but it's the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror collection. So it's like Halloween inspired. It's a very fun. I didn't watch the Simpsons really. I mean, I've seen a few episodes here and there. When we went to Universal Studios, they have a whole Simpsons ride, and it's so fun and it's so cool. And I love the colors. Like, my eye immediately goes to this large palette that I feel like is extremely Simpsons. You know, we have the blue for Marge's hair. Of course, we have the yellow of the Simpsons. We have a lot of these primary colors that are pulled in that I think is just so fun. There's a white, there's a green. Then there's some smaller palettes. There's highlighter palettes. There's a lot of products here that I think is very cool. So the mini highlighter palette is Witch Lisa, Raven Bart, Alien Maggie, Vampire Mr. Burns, Devil Flounders, Donut Head Homer, Spooktacular. Like, the names are cool. I think all of this collection is very cool, but this is something that I can look at and say is fun. I'm glad they did this, but I'm not going to buy it because I know I won't get any use out of that. Yes, I do have a big makeup collection. Am I using the same products over and over and over, especially when it comes to eyeshadow palettes? No, I'm always testing out new stuff. But this specifically I can look at and say, okay, I would use that once or twice, and I know I wouldn't come back to it because I just know I'm not super impressed by the Makeup Revolution formula. But I can look at this here on Instagram and say, this is so cool, and I can move on. What else did Heather buy? I saw it, I bought it. BH Cosmetics Opal for October palette. We won't talk about this too much today because I did buy it. When I get it, I will make a video. I've been doing videos, reviews, and looks with these palettes every single month. I buy them, so I knew I was gonna buy this. This launches on the 1st of the month, and I did get free shipping. So this is a $9 palette. I know a lot of people were hoping for like multi-chromes for Opal. Listen, this palette is $9 for 7 shades, packaging, free shipping, at least in the US, everything. So I think this is a cool color story. When I see these colors, I think these are the colors that I see in some Opal shifts, so I think it's fun. Again, I'll have a video with it. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to know what I think. And if you're curious, like, well, Heather, what about January through September? I've got videos on them all, and I'll have my monthly palette ranking coming up very soon, and I'll kind of tell you how I feel about September now. It's all here. From Colourpop, we have the ORCHID You Not collection. Colourpop really loves to do these plays on words where it sounds like something else. Like, I kid you not, it's ORCHID You Not. That's cute. This is a pretty collection. This is really, really pretty, I think. It's definitely giving me like Natasha Denona retro vibes. So if you didn't want to spend the $65 on Natasha Denona retro, if you like the Colourpop formula and you're like, you know what? This can give me the vibes. I definitely see it. I think the packaging is pretty. So there is the eyeshadow palette, 3 lippy sticks, 3 color sticks, 2 different blushes. I think the tones of the blushes look really pretty. I like that they came out with a very like mid-tone to dark shade and a very light shade. And then there's also a Soul Body shimmering body powder slash highlighter. I think this is fun. I'm feeling kind of, when it comes to monochromatic collections lately, but I do think this one is super pretty. Guerlain has released some images for their holiday 2021 collection. This is going to launch at the beginning of November, and it looks like this is going to be limited edition. I think I've heard a lot of things about the Guerlain bronzers. I feel like years ago especially, people loved the Guerlain bronzers. I've never tried anything from the brand. It looks like we have some of those like highlighting beads where you like rub your brush and it like picks up an amount. I know people really like that. It doesn't really call to me, but I do have to say the packaging is very pretty. It looks luxe. It looks like I get the luxe holiday vibe from it. We also have a new product from Fenty. This is the Hydra Set Intensive Recovery Hand Mask. This is $22. It looks like it has a lot of great ingredients in it. It's coming October 8th. And I do have to say, like, this may not be a super exciting product, but I think this product makes sense. You know, hopefully, always, for years, we've all been washing our hands. You know, hopefully that's not new to us all. But, of course, with everything going on in the world, I know I have been way more diligent just in my day-to-day life about hand sanitizer. You know, I have one in my car, one here, one there. Jackson's got one in his backpack. Dusty's got one in his work vehicle, like constantly. So I know like a lot of people were struggling with dry hands, right? So this makes sense to me from Fenty to release like that deep repair cream, which I love to put on kind of a thicker moisturizer at night. I have one from Gold Bond I really like that I can just get at like Walmart or Walgreens or something. But this release, like, it's new and it may seem unexciting, but to me it does make sense for the times we're living in, you know? Okay, we still have some really exciting things to talk about. I wanted to save some really exciting things for towards the end of the video, and we have a Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. Now, I'm shocked, not shocked. I saw this. Okay, first of all, let me tell you what it is first of all, and then I'll tell you my thoughts. This is the Divine Neutrals palette that's already launched. It's already at Ulta. You have 6 mattes, 6 shimmers, all neutral. Okay, Jaclyn Hill has her own brand. I really like some of the products I've tried from her. Some of them have just been okay. Some of them you're going to see in a declutter video. But some of them I really like. But she has more of a high-end brand. You know, she's sitting in that lipsticks around the $18 to $20 price point. You know, her products are in the $30 to $40 range, whereas Morphe is more drugstore price point. But at the same time, it confuses me because I'm like, you would think she'd be working solely on her brand, focused solely on her brand. But then I also understand she probably makes a ton of money with Morphe, and there are probably a ton of her subscribers that want to shop that Morphe price point. I did listen to her Instagram story. She was explaining this, and she was saying if she released a palette with her brand, she would not be able to have it at this price point. I think it's $18, something like that. I may be wrong. It may be closer to $15. It's somewhere between like $15 and $18. But she said she could not release a palette at this price point that she can do with Morphe. So do with that what you will. The palette is very pretty. I don't need it. I have the neutral palettes. When she did the Vault collection, I have those palettes. I actually really like my Vault palettes. And she did like a warm neutral orangey palette. I really like that one. So if I wanted to do like a Morphe Jaclyn Hill neutral look, I could pull out my other palettes. But this is very pretty. I'm sure it's going to sell very well. So congratulations to both Jaclyn and Morphe. This is exciting too. Tell me what you think about this image. You know, cow theme is not what I had anticipated this year for makeup releases, but we have a cow printed palette. We have a milk palette, 25 pans. Did I even say this is made by Mitchell? I have never tried his brand. I have heard amazing things about his products. but I've never tried them. This is a 25 pan palette. Now let's talk about the palette first. This is a cool color story. This is a very cool color story and concept. And it made me look at it twice, which is saying something. I didn't buy it, but I have looked at it. These top 2 rows, we have kind of this khaki color story with the greens, and then there's like this pop of neon yellow. Then we look at the bottom 3 rows, and we've got blues, we've got hot pinks, we've got this like deep plum color with a yellow and orange. It's very interesting. I'm very interested. I like, you know, I talked about kind of being over the monochromatic thing. This is intriguing to me. Very intriguing. And the swatches look amazing. The more I talk about it, the more I'm like, why didn't you buy this palette, Heather? Like, why didn't you buy this? I didn't buy it. I think I'm going to stay strong for now. There's graphic ink liners, 3 new blushes, which he calls blush. There is a white blush, which I'm interested to hear what people who use that, like how they use that, how that looks. There's new sponges, a makeup organizer, makeup cases. Man, the swatches of this palette look amazing. This color story is cool. I'll be watching reviews of that. Let me know how interested in Made by Mitchell you are. I would love to know if y'all are into that brand. Makeup by Mario has released new suede lipsticks. He kind of talked about that he was going to come out with something new, and I think a lot of people were anticipating foundations, and maybe, hopefully, that will still be to come, but he released these lipsticks, matte lipsticks. I don't have a whole lot to say. 20 shades, $24 each. I bet they're pretty. Makeup by Mario does beautiful makeup. I'm just not rushing out to buy these right now. This I'm into. This I may end up buying. This is the Huda Beauty new products from GLOWISH. So it's like she has GLOWISH, which is like a mix between Huda Beauty and Wish, her skincare brand. Listen, I don't know. But this is the GLOWISH Luminous Pressed Powder. I love a luminous pressed powder. I use my NYX High Glass Finishing Powder today to set my face. I love it. This is a multitasking powder packed with pearls that instantly smooths and blurs for natural, radiant skin in seconds. I think I'm going to buy this to set under my eye, see if I can get some of that blurring action on. I did use my NYX powder to set, but it's a bit of a more matte powder. It's a HD powder. And then I like choose a glowy powder on the rest of my face. So we'll see. I think I'm going to try this. Huda says she uses the shade Medium 5. So I'm kind of thinking about this. Non-drying, doesn't settle into lines, 13 stretchable shades, doesn't clog pores. I think I'm going to buy that. That's coming to Sephora. I will link it down below. I'm pretty sure it's coming to Sephora. If not, I'll link it down at Huda's site, launching October 5th. And she has GLOWISH Cheeky Vegan Blushes. Silky, non-powdery formula, buildable, blendable, fragrance-free, doesn't clog pore, 4 shades. I am definitely interested in the powders and potentially the blushes. Let me know what you think. But I'm just going to say I'm probably going to buy it. Okay, I'm probably going to buy it. There's a new favorite set at Sephora I wanted to let y'all know about. I see these from times to times. Sometimes we talk about them, sometimes we don't. But this one I think is actually a really good value. This is $54. There is a full-size Fenty mascara, full-size Kosas lip treatment, full-size, of course, beauty blender, a mini Benefit brow gel. I've tried that. That's okay. There's a 3-pan Natasha Denona. I think these are 3 shades from the Biba palette because it says a Biba 3-pan. There's a NARS bronzer in Laguna. That's a mini of the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I really like that primer. That is a good primer. If you have not tried that, that could be good to get that in the set. There's a mini Dr. Jart color corrector, a mini Grande Lash serum, and a mini Way Detangling Leave-In Conditioner. I have tried that before and I really like it. I think that's a good deal. I'm going to link it down below. Like, just with the full-size products you get, That's a really good deal. Plus that mini Natasha Denona, if you've never tried her matte formula, that could be a really good buy. We also have this from Colourpop. I wanted to save this towards the end, even though we talked about Colourpop earlier, because I don't have a lot of details. This is just a sneak peek of palettes launching at Ulta Beauty. It looks like we have neutral palettes that may have some pops. So we have kind of a warm neutral palette, kind of a pinky and neutral palette, a neutral and purple palette, and then a cool toned palette. So I'll be keeping my eye on that when I see these holiday releases coming. I definitely want to keep y'all updated. Alright y'all, that is all I have to talk about this week. That was a lot of things. Give this video a thumbs up if you love judging new makeup every Sunday with me. I am here for you. Subscribe because this week we're going to have lots of content. I have lots of videos to film. I have lots of videos coming this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the love and support y'all have shown me this week. On my community tab, I've been sharing some things going on in my life. I appreciate y'all so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.